Oh, wow. It is hot today. It is 87 degrees. And we're about to go on a tempo run today. I am not looking forward to it because it's so hot. But I waited till the last minute. It's like 6 o'clock in the afternoon. That's what happens when you have a busy Memorial Day weekend and you sleep in. You don't get up in the morning. I could have embraced that early morning, cool 60-degree run, but instead I chose to sleep in. And yeah, now we're gonna suffer. So I got some Go One More salted watermelon from BPN. It's just an endurance supplement with 20 grams of carbohydrates and 300 grams of sodium, but I added some extra sodium in here, some pink Himalayan sea salt. So we're gonna finish this up and get some stretching in and get after our run today. So we're doing a tempo run today. This is what the workout looks like. We have a 1 mile warm up at an easy pace, and then we do a run for 40 seconds at an up tempo pace and jog for 20 seconds at an easy pace. And we do that for 8 times, and then we finish with a 1 mile cool down at an easy pace, and I put that right into my watch. If you're unfamiliar with running terminology and you're not sure what an easy pace is, or an aerobic run, or an up-tempo pace is, an easy pace is a pace that I'm running now, which is really slow. It is below your max aerobic heart rate. So I use the math 180 rule. It's 180 minus your age, and then you get your max aerobic heart rate. You want to run below that, then I try to stay within 10 beats between my max aerobic heart rate and below throughout these easy aerobic runs. Easy way to gauge like an easy run or an aerobic run is you should be able to hold a conversation. So I use my watch to track my heart rate, and I know it's not the most accurate, but it seems to have been working perfectly fine. And then an up-tempo pace is a pace that is faster than your aerobic pace. It's not a sprint, but it's like, I'd say like 50% of a max effort, like full-on sprint. And that just helps build endurance and cardio so that you can run faster and you'll be able to run longer durations at a faster speed. And just like that, our run is complete. We finished in 30 minutes and 23 seconds. Our average pace was 10 minutes and 24 seconds. Average heart rate was 163. That's why I like running in the morning, especially when it's hot out, is that heart rate is just through the roof with the heat, and especially when the sun and no shade, it takes a lot out of you. Morning.
Good morning.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready for your 10 miles?
What do we call this here? My follower?
Your follower.
So I'm not bored on this run we got going on. 10 miles this morning.
We got it.
Part of my marathon training, every Saturday I have a long run, and we're starting with 10 miles, and then every couple of weeks it'll increase about 2 miles. So next week I'm running another 10 miles, and then it'll increase to 12 miles that following week. So there's a lot of different marathon training plans out there. I chose to use a plan from Nick Bear on the BPN app, their free app. It has a 5K training, a half marathon, a full marathon, and a hybrid athlete training program. And the program that I'm doing is the full marathon program, and it's a 16-week program. So my marathon is more than 16 weeks out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the full 16-week program, and then I'm gonna restart somewhere like in the middle of the program to try to line it up with my marathon. I'm doing it this way because the furthest I've ran is 11 miles, and I feel like I want to make sure that I'm over prepared for this marathon instead of being under prepared, and kind of starting training last second and maybe lining it up with the 16 weeks or whatever. So I'm doing it this way. I don't know if it's the proper way, but it's my first marathon, so we'll see how it goes doing it this way. All right, so we're coming up on mile 6 here, and part of my running schedule is on Saturdays, once a week, I do one long run. On top of the long runs once a week, I also do 2 aerobic runs, and those are right now at 4 miles. I know those go up to like 5-6 miles in a couple weeks, and the aerobic runs are just like slow runs that I'm doing now. I keep it below my max aerobic heart rate, and that just helps build a nice base. And the other run that I do is a tempo run, and so those usually consist of a 1 mile warm up and a 1 mile cool down, and in between you have an up tempo pace. I've been doing 40-second up tempo and 20-second cool down, and I do those for 8 sets. And so that's what my running schedule looks like right now, 3 weeks into my marathon prep. This week, once I complete this 10-mile run today, I'll be at 21 miles for the week. All right, we just finished up that 10 miles. I did it 10 miles, 1 hour, 49 minutes, and 54 seconds. Average pace of 10:59 per mile, and average heart rate of 153. The next thing that I'm doing to prepare for this marathon is just making sure that I'm eating a lot of food, a lot of good, healthy food, and making sure I'm taking the right supplements. So I'm still learning the whole supplement thing. Right now I'm taking protein, creatine, and then I just got this other product from BPN. It's the Go One More. It's a endurance supplement. It has 30 grams of carbs, or 25 grams of carbs, and like 250 grams of sodium. So it's like a mix of an electrolyte and just a carbohydrate endurance drink. So we got the running plan down. We sort of have our diet down. We're kind of exploring with the supplements and whatnot, and just keeping a healthy diet, eating foods that actually fuel our body. And then the third thing is just recovery. I try my best to recover, and on the days that I have an off day, I try to make sure to just like relax, recover, don't overdo anything. And by doing that, I'll use a massage gun and I'll stretch. I was going to the hot tub and doing the cold plunge thing a little bit. The cold plunge is pretty tough. It's more like a mental thing. I don't like the cold, but it helped me, and it made me feel good. Like my muscles didn't feel as sore like the next day. I slept good. I do it before bed. I don't know if that's really the proper way. And so yeah, that's how I'm planning to complete my first marathon. We'll see how it goes come November. See if we did the right thing.